off, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Palmer's Cardinals going up against Roethlisberger's Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now a play fake here on first down. Sammy Coates has it complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Here we go. Blue 30. Hey, Mike 20.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. They give him a gain of 37.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. They came on a crossing route. I could just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does a defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way.
It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Their first carry now. This is Johnson.
Really bad. I hope you're watching.
David Johnson on his way. Touchdown,
I just scored a
Cardinals.
83-yard rushing touchdown.
David Johnson, 83 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Another extra point opportunity here. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part for you. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Calais Campbell able to drop him for a loss of 4. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On second down, Roethlisberger. Wheaton with a catch right side. 23 yards on the play. When I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Le'Veon Bell enjoyed playing Cleveland in Week 11, led all rushers on Sunday, 146 yards. He tossed in the passing yardage. He was over 200.
But how about the start to the game? He's over 100 yards in the first half. Sprinted out there, set the tone, and boy, he's just one of the best backs in the league because of what you just noted. He can run it effectively, not just inside, but outside. But his ability to catch the football makes him a matchup nightmare for defenses.
This is caught by Antonio Brown. Week 10 against Dallas, Brown had a season-high 154. Week 11, about half that, 8 catches, 76 yards.
Didn't need any more in this game in the win against Cleveland. And the thing I admire most about Antonio Brown, by all accounts, across the league, he is not going to be outworked. And he works efficiently, too, trying to take the best of other guys' games, incorporate it into his, and boy, what a package that's turned out to be.
Fresh set of downs here. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. It's a pickup of 21. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Sammy Coates, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Are you watching?
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece.
Hell no.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. So out now come the Cardinals. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play action pass could very well be open.
And certainly one of the mainstays in this offense is the crafty veteran L. Fitz.
Love the way you phrased it. Crafty. This guy knows how to get open and catch the football.
Palmer now off the bootleg. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep. Oh, wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. John Brown, 72 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And he'll bang that one through. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Wheaton's got it. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Over the middle here to Brown. And he's brought down. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Coates. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Bay has it over the middle. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now Rob, and he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ladarius Green, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Boswell for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day, get the blocker away, and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Yeah, I do think so.
They'll fake the give to Ellington. Now it's Palmer. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. He's had it ever since he entered campus there, and still has it today.
And he's brought down. They'll get 17 yards. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They'll throw on first down here with Palmer. And he slings one that's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Michael Floyd. And it's second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Second and 10. It's Palmer again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
Well, when defensive coordinators game plan to put pressure on a quarterback, they often want to use blindside rushes, and that's exactly what they did there. The quarterback gets to him and drops him.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now Palmer on 3rd and long. Looking for Floyd, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It goes as a gain of 8 that moves the chains. And quickly, they get to the line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So 5 yards remain now. Still first down. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little little bit more space.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And they're going to speed things up here.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be running these...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And this is caught by Hayward Bay. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now it's Roethlisberger. That's caught at the 3. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ladarius Green as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They come out here in the eye. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So much for halftime adjustments by the defense because you know they had to talk about it. The entire first half, they struggled to contain him. And here he is coming out in the second half and establishing the same tone. Still running the football with authority. Still gaining big yardage. So I just figure on the offensive side, they said, well, there is no adjustment. Until they slow us down, keep going at them, keep handing them the football.
It's Ross Cockrell that time that made the tackle.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB. And able to find John Brown. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line.
I know that throughout his career, Carson Palmer has caught a little bit of grief along the way about winning big games and being consistent. But I noticed that when he doesn't connect with Larry Fitzgerald into the second half, their team's behind.
Absolutely not a good recipe. We were wondering, we said at halftime, they've got to get on the same page.
He is very important to his team. I would say vital. Carson Palmer finding Larry Fitzgerald, that's the winning edge for them.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Palmer now off the bootleg. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And that brings up fourth down. Now Chandler Catanzaro for the Cardinal field goal. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jermaine Gresham with an amazing diving catch. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
No, I always do that.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
I bet he was ready for it too.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Over the middle here to Brown. They give him 15 more, and it's another first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost...
Now bad hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. Does the big boy have the juice? And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Now Roethlisberger on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This is Bell on the dump ball. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Let's take a quick second here and talk about some of these young coaches. These rookie coaches are having quite an impact here in the NFL, and I'm going to start with Doug Peterson with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think he's getting off to a nice start. They're 500, but remember the guy that gate at 3-0.
Adam Gase at 6-4 for the Dolphins as well.
On a 5-game run, in fact. And Dirk Cutter, I know 5-5. People aren't going to get excited about that. But they're playing well in the NFC South, and they're keeping themselves in contention with Atlanta.
No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger finding time. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. Williams loses the football.
You like this right here.
He's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. A scoop.
Did a spin move on his ass. Yeah. Play another one. That was too fast. Probably could too. What? I don't know. I was going up the ranks before Call of Duty came out. I was 111 to 88. Yeah. I was doing good, but I started losing. I was like on a losing streak. I was on like I had like 80 wins and 40 losses. Hey, good rebirth, man. Gotta lay off that heady, man.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game features 2 quarterbacks who both played their college and high school ball in the state of California. One a veteran, one a young pup. It's Carson Palmer going up against Jared Goff. With that, we're once again off to L.A. We're standing by. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. There's a reason that quarterbacks hate to see Patrick Peterson on the other end, isn't there?
That's because they feel like they should be throwing the football or handing it to him. He looks like an offensive player, but he plays the corner as well as anyone in the league.
David Johnson currently third in the league in rushing behind Ezekiel Elliott, DeMarco Murray, and 100 yards in Week 11 for him.
And his team isn't having the success that they expected this season, but David Johnson has emerged as a star, running it, catching it, and doing a much better job in pass protection, too.
You mentioned catching it. He also had a touchdown reception in addition to the 100 yards on the ground. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
Here we go. Blue 58.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
Aaron Donald's dimensions were talked about big time when he first entered the league. Many called him undersized. Now they just call him all-pro.
Second down following the incompletion. 2nd and 10. It's Palmer again. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Palmer now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. The offense on your screen now, and Todd Gurley on your screen. That is the back of the present and the future.
And what an amazing return for him from a knee injury his last year in college at the University of Georgia. Now it's like it never happened. There's nothing he can't do on the football field. And if you're a defense, that's a long day trying to prepare for Todd Gurley.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Frosty Rucker in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
Here's gone. And that is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Kenny Britt that time. And now it's 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Hey, you know they really made a bottle after that song, Heffany? They call it Heffany. Yeah.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
They come up in an offset eye. 95. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And not much much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Holding them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, but they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Here's Palmer, and he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Fitzgerald, 6 catches, 63 yards in that loss to Minnesota.
The ultimate professional. Every game he's going to show up and make plays, and they're trying to find other ways to shake him free and try and get the Cardinals back on the winning track.
Palmer gives to Johnson. Uses the stiff arm. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down.
David Johnson.
Set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On 2nd down, Palmer. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. That one goes
He's
for
in this
13
team.
yards, and it moves the sticks.
Chris Johnson. Yeah, but I think he's hurt. Every time I substitute him when my running back's tired, he doesn't go in.
Now Palmer on first down. It's caught left side by John Brown. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Cotton, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out.
Yeah, he used to be
completed pass play. Now let's see if they
another
go back to
manager.
the
He used
air
to be
or to the
overall
ground.
90, 99 on the speed.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
No.
And this situation is really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's Palmer to throw. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. That is caught at the 7. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Throwing again here, Palmer. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
This is one of those plays where everything went right except the finish. Got out of trouble, found a receiver downfield, but it fell incomplete.
And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Yeah, I didn't want to throw it because I was pressured. If I would have threw it, they would have gone back.
Receiver left. Now it's Palmer. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th. On 4th down, the Cards will call on Chandler Catanzaro to try and put up 3. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Oh, come on.
And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Come on, bitch. Hike the ball. We got people watching.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks.
This is a pretty intense game.
Yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
All right, here we go.
Now Goff on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, my friend, time permitting here. Happy Thanksgiving week.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
What's on your plate Thanksgiving? What's your go-to?
My go-to? Well, obviously, you got to have the turkey.
The bird.
A little bird right away. And, you know, no rookie jokes about, you know, having to get that like the NFL teams do. But you got to have that. I love the yams. I can't help myself. Those yams with a little marshmallow on top.
That's a waste of time.
And waste of time. A little cranberry sauce. Also a waste of time. Well, you drive a hard bargain. I do love the gravy poured on top.
I'll go with you on the gravy. Need
mashed potatoes, baby.
I do go sweet potatoes, corn and green bean casserole, some biscuits.
I can't believe you call any food a waste of time. What is wrong with you?
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Now let's go. Please.
On 1st and 10, Goff. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
What you doing?
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Can you go out?
The one running back is Gurley. Now it's gone. And that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. And it's 3rd and 5.
3:45.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Know what?
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
War. How's it going to beat?
Again, gone. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen?
I say you're always
you see
working
it,
now.
Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And Gurley actually had his second-best rushing performance of the season in Week 11. Still hasn't hit 100 yards this year, but he had 76 and a touchdown.
That game qualifies as one of the best ones of the year. Still seeking the breakout, as you mentioned. But I know one thing about him. He and the Rams have found quick starts in recent games. It's just being able to sustain throughout that's been the issue for them.
I'm trying to get it in.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
She got to work at 7.
Design run for their wideout. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. But good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up. Oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you...
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now it's Zerline to try the Ram field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
Oh, this motherfucker, dude. Oh,
and unless he was drawn off, and I don't think he was, this is going to be a first down. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Can't find anyone open. Escaping the pressure right. Call it a 3-yard gain.
As soon as I went to go tackle the quarterback, since he slid, my dude.
He took a possible negative and turned
backed
it into
up.
positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll try the air now with Goff. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Green 39. Green.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. Flush to his right. And he will find his man. It's Kenny Brett. 9 yards on the play.
Wow.
It sets him up first and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this will continue.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here.
Wait, who got ball first?
He did, right?
Yeah, he did.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Both the run and pass still in play. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Well, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Now Greg Zerline on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. J.J. Nelson now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Get ready. 1-18.
Now Palmer to throw on second down. He's got Floyd out left. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
On third down, Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. He gets it to Brown, complete. 22 yards on the pickup there. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long. And the offense moving quickly to the line. First down, it's Palmer. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Time running out here on the play clock. And some real confusion here. They won't even get to the line.
Fuck it, bitch. My bad. I had a text. Sound like Rebirth asleep.
On second down, here's Palmer. It's caught left side by John Brown.
Let's go.
John Brown, touchdown, Cardinals.
Touchdown.
John Brown, 67 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
That is incomplete. Well, you know, that incompletion gives me a second to tell you that, partner, it's Thanksgiving week, and gosh darn it, I'm thankful for you.
Oh, listen to you.
Yeah.
You're awfully good. Look, truthfully, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for this opportunity for us. Thankful for the Madden franchise and all the people who play it, because without them, we're not sitting here right now. And we certainly hope that they're all having a great Thanksgiving. And, of course, we're thankful for our great men and women in uniform.
Absolutely. Well said. Happy Thanksgiving to all.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
From the gun on third down. Gone. He's going to find his man. That's Tavon Austin.
Yeah.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. On the stop was T.J. McDonald.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
All right, now, 1-18.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 41 yards. And the Cardinals capitalize on the fumble as they turn it into 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. They come out here in the eye. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, there was a trust factor in that call. Turning and handing it to the big man in the backfield, trying to pick up the first down. But how about the defense? They were ready for him, and they were able to stop him.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Got a man. It's his tight end, Lance Kendricks. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on, or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
This is Lance Kendricks. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Tony Jefferson in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. And he will find his man. It's Kenny Brett. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. but everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle. The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee, and it's third down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
The one running back is Gurley. Now gone. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Here we go.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Goal. He finds his man. It's Austin. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
They were full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Now gone. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Lance Kendricks there. And now it's second down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
From the 2-yard line now, and he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And now they're in the hurry up.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Tie game here. Time starting to run down. The defense really needs to try and keep this game tied. See if they can get the ball back for the offense.
Let's go.
to Johnson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Now it's Palmer. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Now gone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Brian Quick, the intended target, and it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. Gone. Austin's got it left side. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Again they run with Gurley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball.
And now with the play clock becoming a factor, Jeff Fisher's going to use a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Third down and 5. And they're going to go soft on the corners. First touch of the game here for Benny Cunningham. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This from 51 yards for the win. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
That's caught inside the 20, and he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree. And their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got into overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.